One of the most intelligent
Respected Sri Nandamuri Balakrishna Garu, Sri R. Ramachandran Garu, Sri JSR Prasad Garu, Dr. Kodala Shiva Prasad Rao Garu, Sri R.P. Singh Garu, the doctors, nurses, gracious ladies and gentlemen. I think today marks a very important day in full hospital. I am indeed happy that Sri Balakrishna and his board of trustees have thought it fit to come up with an additional block to treat cancer patients. From a little that I have seen over the last few months in Hyderabad itself, this I find is probably the second hospital dedicated to treatment of cancer patients itself, which gives me a very uncomfortable feeling whether cancer is on the rise and what are we doing to fight it. I just had a glimpse of the equipment that have been placed in this new hospital, which I must say are really the rarest of rare equipments and the top of the shelf equipments, which will probably help us to alleviate the dangers to a great extent. But I would like to suggest to Mr. Nandamuri Balakrishna and his board of trustees that prevention is better than cure. I do appreciate that you are running prevention camps. Number of state governments, central government, public sector and taking people do come and get themselves screened. But the real danger lies in the rural areas who have no access to such medical facilities. I know you are also running some mobile vans. This is what I have been told by you last time when I met you. But I was at the Sri Satya Sai Trust only last week, where I flagged off 6 mobile hospitals, as they call it, which has all the equipment that you can think of, which can do an X-ray, which can do your blood test, you can do a urine test, you can do a gynec test, you can do an eye test, you can do a dental ENT test, all sorts of tests, etc. With the hospital and technicians man with all the equipment going. And they have told me that they are probably planning to extend it to all the districts in Andhra Pradesh. I was very impressed by it. And the cost that they quoted was about 18 lakhs, including the equipment. And thereafter, they also said that they are going to give medicines free to those patients who are going to require it. I will earnestly appeal to you, sir, to consider whether you can float such an experiment on behalf of, in the memory of the late N.T. Ramarao and your mother, who will probably bless you from heaven, because I think he was one man who was more concerned about the downtrodden and the poor, not just the city dweller. I would honestly urge, if you could probably think in terms of organizing such mobile hospitals into various districts, which can really undertake pre-screening of cancer patients. Because one of the most saddest parts of cancer is that seldom is it discovered in time. By the time it is discovered, it is already too late. And many people, hardly few people come at the very early stage of cancer, the first stage. Probably most of them come into the second stage, moving on to the third stage, and that is probably a very short-lived life that is given. All that you're probably able to give them is a heavy dose of radiation, a dose of chemotherapy, and thereafter the secondary set in and the man is gone. This is the truth of cancer, whatever you might tell me. This being so, can we do something to prevent this thing and make people more aware if they are developing an ailment? For this, what is required is screening, which will mean that you will have to reach the hospital to the doorstep of the rural masses of Andhra Pradesh. I earnestly appeal, in fact I have been talking to various doctors, various hospitals, the state government also, to do this screening of at least 6 killer diseases of their population, which is killing their population, but nothing has come in. I would like you to take the initiative, at least in terms of cancer, where you should open and start screening the rural population. Start it with one district if you want as a sort of pilot project and see how it runs. And I would like to see the data that you collect from there. I mean, there's no purpose in telling that we're all running vans, etc. I would like to see the computerized data of the patients that have been examined and what has been done in case there's a second stage of treatment required, whether you move them on to a second stage and thereafter whether brought them on to the headquarters hospital, and if they are really poor, whether you were able to give them free treatment or whatever Arogeshri or whatever Shri it is called. Unless you are able to do this, I don't think medical healthcare is going to reach anywhere in Andhra Pradesh. And I want you to really make this a part of your mission. And I think your father had a vision, you have a mission. And between the two of you, if you could do this, you will leave an eternal mark in the path of humanity. And I do hope that you will do it for me. Because if you can start, probably other hospitals will start. I have been trying this in Yein, in talking about this experiment, but nobody seems to pick it up. I don't know for what reason. You may build blocks, you may build hospitals, you may build everything else, but unless you are able to take hospital to the doorstep of the rural masses, healthcare is going to remain poor, abysmally poor in this state. I was happy to see the Sai Foundation doing this. If a Sai Foundation can do this, I don't see any reason why any other hospital, corporate hospital cannot do this in the state. If all of you put your heads together, probably you can do it much better. But that doesn't seem to be happening, unfortunately. So can you do it all by yourself? I think it has to be done, and I'm sure, I would like to have assurance from Mr. Balakrishnan that he will do this, that you will operate mobile hospitals for cancer screening, and start from one district, and then you will go public on the data that you have collected thereby in any particular district, saying this is what we have done, this is the number of patients that we have examined, this is how the state of affairs is. Let us know the true state of health of Andhra Pradesh citizens. I think I will rally for it. Second aspect that I would like to talk about is, cancer is a very deadly disease. The very word cancer kills a person psychologically more than physically. It's a psychological killer more than physical killer. The physical killing probably comes later, but the man is already dead once he learns that it is cancer. So the most important aspect of your treatment would be treating the patient more than the illness. Counseling, which you mentioned about in your address, is an extremely important part of treatment of this particular illness, more than any other illness. In every illness it is there, but more than any others, I think cancer, because the word itself kills you. Everything you already, the moment any person is said to have cancer, he thinks he has already reached his last. He has no hopes. Because today, unfortunately, in spite of all the latest equipments that are there at our disposal, unless, as I told you, the patient is able to come to at a very, very initial stage of cancer. If he comes at a later stage, whatever be your latest equipments, whatever be your latest technology, I have hardly seen anybody being cured. Cure, of course, ruled out. You'll probably at least be able to prolong his life. But prolonging life, unless it is in a state of comfort, is not worth it. And that is the most important part of it. So how much of counseling will you be able to do? How much will you be able to address his mind and his family members? This is very, very critical in the care of that. And that is where I think doctors play a very major role, the doctors and sisters. You are God's own persons. You are a 24/7. I mean, what you do is something which will earn the blessings of many, many, many people for centuries to come. You are great people. I have great regard for doctors and nurses, because the amount of dedication, the amount of interest that you display in the patients is tremendous, and the trust that is reposed to you. I don't think there is any other segment of society where people repose so much of trust. When a patient comes to you, he comes with a full hope and trust that you are going to cure him. I don't think it does it because whether you go to a lawyer, that means you depend on judiciary, you go to a policeman, you depend on, so you depend. But in your case, it is in your hands. You don't have to depend on another agency to give me an assurance that I will treat you well. So this again is a very important thing which I would request doctors. Please remember this, when a patient comes to you and raises a number of queries, he raises it because he is in a state of anxiety. And for you, he is probably one of the 1,000 or 100 patients that you may be seeing in a day. So you probably will find it difficult to answer him. But please remember, for the patient, you are the only one. That is the difference between you and him. Please remember this in your mind when you treat a patient. I know time is a very important element. You can't afford to talking to each patient for 15 minutes and explaining that length. But a very friendly, a tap on his shoulder, a friendly gesture to him, a loving word to him, a word of comfort to him, a word of confidence to him will go a long way. Please don't treat patients as machines, as mere patients who have come to you. Please treat them as those who need a word of cheer because they are suffering. They come to you because they are suffering, and they are the most ones who require a word of cheer. Please have that word of cheer. I know you have that. The great service that is, it is in your hands. You are the only people who have it in your hands. And I'm sure you can do it for us. Because as I told you, this is a hospital which has got the latest gadget. But again, sir, I would like to make one more appeal. I know your equipments are expensive. The construction is very expensive. Everything is very expensive. But the treatment must be at affordable costs. Many of us cannot afford treatment. Let me be very honest about it. An average middle class person today in this country cannot afford the payment that you have to make for cancer treatment. It is a fact of life, whether you like it or you don't like it. Even on the below poverty line, which question does not arise at all. Even the ordinary government servant or the middle class employee cannot afford the cost that one has to pay for hospitalization. I think we need to do something. And how do we reduce costs? More than the treatment, there is a hospitalization, there is a medicinal, there are various components. I quite appreciate there are costs involved to you, but even there, try and see whether you can subsidize the cost to some extent, because these are all shocks which come to a family. The cost factor comes as a shock, the ailment comes as a first shock, the cost factor comes as a second shock, the continuing cost for expense comes as a third shock, and the entire family is finished. It's not just one individual who has the ailment. So I think it is in your hands. You will have to see how you could really probably reduce the cost factor. I know I'm talking the impossible. I know that many people will be laughing at me and saying, therefore the government doesn't know how much of money we spend building a hospital and laying out the equipment, paying the doctors, etc. Well, sir, you will recover it. Maybe instead of doing it in 365 days, you'll probably do it over 10 years. But you will recover your costs because the number of patients are coming. But if you could kindly please try and see whether you can make it at affordable cost and set an example to healthcare in this state. So here is a group of doctors, here is a family which is looking at healthcare at affordable cost to the people of the state. You are doing a great service. Sir, you have built a hospital, but I think what you have done is a service to humanity. Don't forget that. You have also done the roles which your late father has been donning. So you also have a responsibility. Whether you like it or not, you have done the roles already. So please play that role. Let it not be just restricted to the real life, R-E-E-L life, but let it come on to R-E-A-L life is what I would request you to do. I think this is where the success will come and the blessings of everybody will come to you. And the blessings that you get which you earn from such people, sir, will go a long way in your successful life. It will take you long. Money will come. Finances will pour in. People will give you the blessings. People will give you the best wishes. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I would like to bless you and bless this hospital. All the very best, and may you reduce or eliminate the sufferings and the concerns of the people at large. Thank you very much.